Arthur Phillip. Arthur Phillip was the leader of the first British settlement in Australia. He was the first governor of the colony of New South Wales. Arthur Phillip was born in London in 1738. He joined the British Navy when he was 16 years old. During his time in the Navy, he sailed to Spain, India, and South America. While he was not sailing with the Navy, he lived on his farm in England. In 1786, when he was 48, he was chosen as leader of the first fleet of 11 ships that would take hundreds of convicts to a place on the other side of the world. He would be the first governor of a new colony on the east coast of Australia. He was chosen for the job because he had experience in sailing, farming, and in leading men. He would have complete authority over the new convict settlement. Arthur Phillip spent many months planning for the voyage to the far side of the earth. He had to take everything a new colony may need. He had to take enough food for the long voyage and for the first year in the new place, because they didn't know what food grew there. 11 ships left England in 1787 and arrived on the east coast of Australia on 26th of January 1788. The voyage of 12,000 miles had taken 8 months and 1 week. Arthur Phillip found a place for the new settlement beside a good harbour. This place is now the world-famous Sydney Harbour. The real challenges began for Phillip the first day they arrived. There were more than 1,000 people on the ships, and more than 700 of them were convicts. When they landed, it was during the heat of summer, but there were no houses or buildings to protect them from the hot or wet weather. There were no fields planted with vegetables or fruit. Many of the convicts were sick or weak from being on a ship for so long. Most of them were from cities and knew nothing about farming or building. The first years of the settlement were very difficult. There was a great food shortage, so everyone, including Governor Phillip, had very little food. The ground around the settlement was too hard and dry to grow enough food, and their equipment and tools were inadequate. Although there were many problems, Governor Phillip was an optimist. He believed it was not necessary to lock up the convicts. They were on an island, so it would be difficult for them to leave. Also, he needed workers to build the settlement. He decided the best idea was to get the convicts to work by offering them more freedom, and the chance to farm their own piece of land if they behaved well. By the time Arthur Phillip returned to England in 1792, Sydney had grown into a settlement of 4,000 people, with buildings, roads, and farms growing fresh food. He had laid the foundation for the nation of Australia. He imagined what was possible if people worked hard and worked together. Imagine if he could see Sydney today.